Oh man, so Phantom is down again today, a second consecutive red day as Bitcoin continues to struggle. We're back now at 41,500 level, fighting for that mark on Bitcoin, and that is leading to weakness across a lot of our favorite altcoins and altcoins in general across the market. Let's head into the charts. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart, but then I'm going to share with you exactly what I see happening on Phantom. Does this make me worried, and what is my game plan from here? So stay tuned till the very end, guys, because you're going to want to see what my plan is for Phantom. Now, as you can see here on, let's go start off with Bitcoin. As we can see here on Bitcoin, you can see now we are getting this curling over, which I was worried about. This is the daily chart we're looking at here, and you can see we're getting this. We had this test down to this violet wedge, which we know is the long-term support line. We got the relief rally to the upside, and then it looks like it was just a bit of a dead cat bounce, which is what we're worried about. Now, if we head into the 4-hourly chart, just going to remind you of what I shared with you, which was that when we bounced, and you can see we bounced off this violet wedge here on this candlestick where we had the wick here, we had a good move to the upside, and this move to the upside took us to 44,500 mark. We then got sent back down to the support line at 41.5. That's fine. We bounced off of it. Now, when we bounced off it, I was very specific in saying that when we, and I made it, on the video, I said very specifically, we have to create a higher high. We've got a higher low here. We've got a higher low here, higher high. We need another high above $44,500. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get that, and that is why you can now see this curling off. Now, the curling off brings you back down to the support level at 41,500, 41,700, which is where the yellow line is drawn. I think it's exactly at 41,659, right? But that's a support level which we managed to hold up. Now, we held up for a while here at this support line. Can we do the same here? If not, we could see weakness all the way down to the psychological resistance, which is this yellow line at 40,000, before then heading even further down to potentially 38, 39 to get some support from this violet wedge. So those are the worrying signs on Bitcoin, which I have to make you aware of. In order for us to bounce, we need to get a bounce very soon. If we can get a bounce off this 41,700 line, fantastic. We need to then break through 43.5, and then, like I said, get above 44.5 before I can start thinking about 46, 47,000 Bitcoin back at this level, which is going to be our important level to get back up to here on Bitcoin. So a long way out, and if we zoom out, you can just see just Bitcoin has been bleeding, and it has been a painful time. There's not been many fundamental catalysts going on right now, but I continue to remain bullish. For me, these are great moments in the long term to dollar cost average and hold, right? If I head over to the weekly chart, I know this is a Phantom video, but just to give you some perspective, guys, if you were the people that were managed to accumulate in these dips, you'll be doing just fine. The problem is most people find out about Bitcoin and want to be buying in at the tops here. And that is exactly what we don't want to do, guys. We want to be able to have conviction such that when we get massive retracements down to the downside like this, we're ready to buy. When we get retracements to the downside like this, we're ready to buy. But the one thing, again, which I made clear in my Cardano video earlier, but I want to reiterate here, is now we've had our second weekly close on our second weekly candle close below our EMA ribbon. This is a sign of a bull market. It's quite a worrying sign. Initially, like I said, once you get a close of your weekly candle below the EMA ribbon, that is the sign of a bear market. But then you do see the odd situation, like, for example, this one, where you got a bullish engulfing candle the week after, followed by a massive rally, right? So that's your final liquidations, and then boom, it's a bit of a bear trap, and you head to the upside. So I was waiting to see, would we get a strong green candle here? We didn't. We got a bit of a doji candle and unable to close within our EMA ribbon, another close underneath. And that now sets us up for our third candle, which has 5 days and a bit to go. But this candle really needs to close within our EMA ribbon. If we don't start getting closes, about around the 45,000 to 46 range, this could be a problem. This could indicate further weakness in the price, and maybe we need to head further down into the 30 territories, numbers beginning with 3, in order to get some support. So now that we know where Bitcoin is at, you can see at the fear greed index, we're sitting at 24, extreme fear in the market still, and you can just see, if you look at the right hand side here, all coins are getting decimated apart from a few which we've covered. Which is Cardano and, Cardano's down today, but over the last few days, Cardano and Koti. So let's take a look at Phantom, because Phantom has taken a hit today. It's down 5%. If I head over to the daily, you can see that is now 2 consecutively red daily candles. And now we've got a clear rejection from the $3.14 mark. Even though we did wick beyond it up to $3.36, you can see we have got rejected back down to the downside. And now we're going to need to collect some support from our EMA ribbon. Okay, so you can see the last time this happened, we run up to $3.14, rejected. We even went all the way down to 208. That is why I said, guys, even up to 208 we're okay, but ideally you'd want to turn around either at some point within this EMA ribbon. If not, you'd want it at the bottom of the EMA ribbon, which coincides with the $2.37 horizontal support. So that is what we're looking out for right now here on Phantom. Can we get a reversal? Can we post a higher low? More importantly, we don't want to close lower than this 208 level, that's for sure, because then we would mess up our upward trend. But if we can turn anywhere before then, we continue to maintain higher highs and higher lows, and as long as we can turn and then post a higher high, preferably above 236, then we're all good for our upward trend. Overall, nothing to be worried about here, guys. I can't even call this a retracement, really. It's like a mini retracement here. If I head over into the 4-hourly, it looks a bit more pronounced because, yes, on the 4-hourly, we've lost our EMA ribbon. But again, nothing to be concerned of just yet until we start losing really important levels, until we start losing 237 again. Then we're like, okay, we've lost some momentum. But you got to understand what is the context of what is going on. And the context right now is Bitcoin is down, right? I always say this to people because my background was obviously trading stocks and currencies. When the whole market is down, don't feel bad, right? Because then your certain picks aren't down because you picked wrong. The whole market is down. So it's a great opportunity for you to say, okay, I'm good now. I know it's not a fundamental weakness in Phantom, but what I do see is when Bitcoin has a 1% day up, I'm seeing Phantom running 5, 6, 7%. That gives me confidence in my bet. So why didn't I build out my position a little bit more whilst I have the chance? And I was zooming out to the daily. A lot of people asking, I didn't manage to get a position in Phantom. What can I do? When can I enter? To be honest, right now, I still wouldn't enter just now. This is still a big pump, guys. I know we're down 20% from 236, so it can be tempting because it's a 20% drawdown. But don't forget, from the bottom here, if we were to take the uplift from the recent lows early in December up to where we're at, well, up to the highs, we were nearly 190% up. Up to where we're at now, we're still 140% up roughly, guys. Okay, so 140% up, this is something I'd be I'll be patient about. I wouldn't be chasing that too much. If I draw a quick Fibonacci, you swing low to swing high, I'd probably be waiting to see if it comes into the golden pocket. If it comes into the golden pocket, which coincides with the EMA ribbon, at that point, a little bit of a nibble if you don't have a position isn't the end of the world. Not financial advice. In the golden pocket, you can't go wrong. Now, after that, you'd want to be looking, okay, do we lose our 237 mark? If we lose our 237 mark, that would be another opportunity for me to enter some more here on Phantom, because we could be seeing lower levels then up to $2. So naturally, these are levels I want to be keeping an eye on. I'm not massively FOMOing in to buy anymore. This is still a massive rally over the last few weeks here on Phantom, and I'm happy for it to cool down, even head down to 237, like I said, before heading higher. It may not. If Bitcoin manages to find its floor at 41.5, then by all means, this can rocket straight for 314, straight for 350 even, and start posting new highs, right? But I got to be realistic right now. When you've got Bitcoin looking like this on the charts, on the daily chart, how can we then expect Phantom just to completely decouple and continue to have big days to the upside? I mean, you've got Bitcoin here completely bearish on its daily chart, completely bearish on its weekly chart, which I showed you, and yet you've got Phantom here on the daily chart with great extension. Even with 20% down over the last 2 days, we've still not touched our EMA ribbon. If we head over to the weekly candles as well, guys, you can see even on this weekly candle, guys, despite that 20%, we're nowhere near our weekly close below the EMA ribbon. To put this into context, for it to be where Bitcoin is right now, which is a weekly close below its EMA ribbon, you're looking at a close on Phantom around below $1.20, right? So it's a long way to go down from here on Phantom before you start turning bearish. So definitely plenty of room here for Phantom to bounce. It could bounce at 237, which is fantastic when you look at it here on the weekly chart. Even if it bounced at 208, perfect, because it's not even got to the EMA ribbon. And then you've got bounces at 194, 165, which then starts to give you a bit more pain and beautiful entry points here on longer term here on Phantom. I mean, if you look at this weekly chart, the best place to be buying Phantom, of course, was here in December. You had some great opportunities here when it wasn't. You had the buy the rumor, sell the news after the conference, massive bleed down, and these are the positions you want to enter. Now we've had our run. Will we get a bit of a retracement down at those points? Maybe you could look to be purchasing, and then you want to see what does it do on the upward leg. So hopefully that gives you guys some context around what I'm thinking around Phantom. Overall, it's looking good. You cannot complain with how Phantom is responding right now on the macro trend, given where Bitcoin is sitting right now. Bitcoin is in a tough position right now. The market is in extreme fear. The overall global stock market is still in turmoil. The yields are rising. That is affecting Bitcoin. That's affecting risk on appetite. And naturally, that's going to lead to downward pressure on Bitcoin and therefore some of our altcoins. So hopefully that gives you some context around some of the fundamental reasons why Phantom is down about 20% today, despite being up over 140% since since the start of December. So definitely a massive move up here on Phantom, and it continues to remain one of the projects we're most excited about here on this channel. We've been covering it for a long time. We know the narrative of layer one solutions are not going anywhere. People are starting to understand that. People are starting to invest in these spaces, and that's why you're seeing such strength in layer one solutions despite Bitcoin showing weakness. And that's just a major clue for us. Like normally when Bitcoin shows weakness, everything is weak. But when you're seeing coins continue to hold up and have moments of decoupling, like we saw evident in Phantom, that gives you a clue that sophisticated money, large whales are starting to accumulate positions in projects which they may have missed and suddenly realized we need to top up quickly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to support this channel, don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe if you want to support this channel a little bit more. Again, a lot of you asking me, do I have a private group? Do I have, a paid membership? No, but you can become a member on this channel in terms of on YouTube. So you can hit join, you can become a member of this channel. That's your way of supporting this channel. You'll get a sticker next to your name and a badge and all that sort of stuff. You'll get some altcoin stickers which you can spam in the comments. But more importantly, you get access to our community thread, and in there, which is a members only community thread, you can indeed ask me questions on your favorite coins, your favorite crypto, even projects which we don't look at on this channel. Feel free to ask me about those on there, so consider becoming a member. Also, link in the pinned comment will be the link to our free public Discord server. Head into there, meet like-minded people, guys. Let's build that community out. I want to get that community to 1,000 people. We're probably at about 450 odd about now. Head into there, meet like-minded people. No pumping, no dumping, no this to the moon, that to the moon. Just be smart, be awake, be willing to learn, help each other. Tag me in any questions, and I'll see you in that Discord. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.